Why are you showing us another Prius, Marek?
Because this is no ordinary Prius, but Prius Plug-in Hybrid, or Prime if you live stateside. So don't run away just yet, bear with me, because this Prius is actually pretty good.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
First of all, it looks better than the ordinary Prius, in a way that a broken shin bone is better than a broken femur. Instead of cross-eyed headlamps in the corners, we have a long multi-module headlamp unit reaching into a wide grille. DRLs are also much bigger, just like faux air intakes around them. Sideline remains unchanged in the middle of the car, but in the front and back there are changes resulting from different headlamps and rear lights. More differences are visible in the back, where Prius Plug-in Hybrid gets two sets of lights. Horizontal set transforms into the spoiler, and vertical set is integrated with the bumper. Prius Plug-in Hybrid also doesn't get a rear wiper. Inside you have to look really hard to spot any differences. I'll give you a couple of seconds.
Any ideas? Okay, so I'll tell you. On the right side of the gear selector, there are 3 instead of 2 buttons. The additional button is for switching between hybrid and electric mode. It also has another unmarked function, which we'll get to in a moment. The other 2 buttons are for changing driving modes between eco, normal and power, and to set responsiveness in EV mode. Otherwise, it's an ordinary Prius.
I mentioned electric mode. What's that all about? Prius Plug-in Hybrid is not a regular hybrid in which petrol engine just works in tandem with an electric motor to obtain optimum efficiency. A plug-in hybrid can be charged from an ordinary socket and drive, in this case, up to 50 km in zero emissions mode before the car reverts to classic hybrid mode.
We've seen plug-in hybrids which promise 40-something kilometers of electric range, but you're lucky to get 20-30 kilometers out of them, and that's in eco mode, preferably when it's not too hot, not too cold. From this perspective, Prius plug-in hybrid is revolutionary, because when unplugged it shows more than 50 kilometers electric range, and even in 30+ Celsius weather it easily does 48-50 kilometers in electric mode before the petrol engine kicks in.
Now let's go back to the EV hybrid mode button. Hold it a few seconds and battery charge mode comes on. Over 15 kilometers I managed to get around 20 kilometers extra electric range. During this time, fuel consumption is around 10% higher than normal. And from the ordinary Prius we know it will easily do 3.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city. Once charged, you switch back to EV mode and fuel economy improves again.
Toyota claims Prius plug-in hybrid uses 1.5 or less liters per 100 kilometers, assuming every 100 kilometers you charge the car and drive it in EV mode for as long as possible. In this scenario, such claims are actually quite realistic.
Charging from a standard 230 volt socket took me around 3.5 hours. Toyota claims 3 hours 10 minutes. From a wallbox, charging takes around 2 hours. The lithium-ion battery has 8.8 kilowatt hours. In electric mode, Prius plug-in hybrid can travel at speeds up to 135 kilometers per hour, although at such a speed you're likely to get 30-something kilometers electric range out of it, definitely not 50.
It's also worth noting this is not the first Prius plug-in hybrid. The first was based on the 3rd generation Prius and it debuted in 2012. The car was able to drive up to 25 kilometers in zero emissions mode with speeds up to 85 kilometers per hour.
How does it drive? When reviewing the ordinary Prius, I said 4th generation drives better than the 3rd in a way that a 3-legged Panda is more agile than a 2-legged one. So yes, it's okay thanks to multi-link rear suspension, but don't expect Tesla-like handling.
I noticed something else though. In EV mode, Prius is fast, agile and of course quiet. When additional batteries run out and the car goes into normal hybrid mode, you feel how much you're missing driving an ordinary car. It's sluggish. I want to recharge the batteries ASAP. Once you try an electric car, even an eco box like Prius, you'll always be thinking about switching to electric. That is, if you have access to infrastructure, because today, even with what Tesla does for its clients, electric drivetrain is still a fanboy exercise in sacrificing convenience for cool looks.
Extra batteries make the Prius Plug-in Hybrid 80 kilograms heavier than the ordinary Prius. They also take up one seat in the back, and the boot is smaller. Instead of 502 liters like in a normal Prius, plug-in gets 360, like Toyota Auris. Good thing there is storage for cables. An interesting option is solar power roof, which for the first time in a mass-produced car is used to charge batteries. It costs about €2,000. Unfortunately, this car does not have it, so I can't tell you how it works and if it's efficient. You could remotely turn on AC, which uses a heat pump and does not require the engine to be running. AC also has an S-flow function, which detects which seats are occupied and blows air where it is needed. Prices of Toyota Prius plug-in hybrids start at €37,500, some 9 grand above the standard Prius. This executive trim model costs around 41,000.
And what do you think about Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. New episodes every Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.